This is take 33. Maybe it's just take 16. I'm not really sure which take it is. I think I'm just excited to be in a park. I'm in a suburban park in Baku, Azerbaijan, where the traffic is going on both sides, and this park is a long rectangle, kind of like a boulevard or a promenade in the middle of a neighborhood section. And families are walking up and down with little ones on tricycles and different types of skateboards and things with wheels that children like to play on. And I celebrate with you being outside. June is one of those months for me that it's not spring, it's not the heat of summer. Things are green and lush, and if you're not outside, I'm going to encourage you to get outside. On June the 21st, summer solstice, Heather Thorpe is going to lead another community meal and a ritual around summer solstice. On June the 24th, Mary McKinney is teaming up with Lark Blanton, who is another pastor in our area of a really small congregation, and they also work together as therapists. They're going to be on our back lawn doing a program called Growing with Grief from 1 to 4 on Saturday afternoon, specific to using the outdoors as a platform for grief work. On the digital waves on the 22nd of June, which is a Thursday night, if you want to see it live, it's called Lament with the Earth. And it is through a UCC institution, sister institution, that is teamed up with Creation Care Alliance, which is an alliance that we are part of in Western North Carolina, called Lament with the Earth. And they've been using the elements of air, water, wind, and fire, and it has been a rich, intriguing time to just be in connection with our spirituality specific to nature through a worship service and through a time of lamenting with the climate crisis that we are living within. And then last but certainly not least, a week from yesterday, Meade Richter and Savage Altunta will be on our property, and there is a possibility that they not be outside. It's going to depend on weather and what they're feeling like that night, and that's going to be at 7 p.m. in our grounds. Meade connected with me probably 3 months ago, and he is Hilda Downer's son, and he said, Tamara, I understand that you all have concerts there. And I said, we do, Meade, but we're not one of those churches that has a cool endowment or a line item. And so we probably can't afford you and what you're worth. And he goes, well, let's talk about that. And so we began to be in conversation and dialogue about what would be a fair payment for him and how we might welcome him and Savage to our property to hear what they are putting together. Meade says, I'm in the genre of Doc Watson and hymn tunes and bluegrass around that understanding of that old time religion. And Savage is coming from Turkey and an identity from his Muslim roots. And we have joined together, and we're just wondering what that might sound like in your own church. I'm like, well, that's intriguing. And I said, Meade, I don't have money to pay you, and it was going to be a pay what you can at the door. But I do have a little fund that are some discretionary funds that I'm willing to at least make sure you have grocery money and gas money. And so how would that sound to you? And so that's what's going to happen on the 14th. And I hope that that is on your calendar. And I am realizing that I need to be more transparent about how we understand our gifts and receiving of gifts within our community. I know that if you've come to worship, hopefully you've noticed that in our worship notes that we pay a licensing fee when we use music and or videos and or images. And I always wish that we had more money to pay our artists. And each time that we have artists play, it is always with great humility that we receive their gifts, knowing the amount of hours that they practice and just the gifts from their heart that they are offering to us. And so whether you are receiving gifts from a grocery store clerk or a person changing the oil in your car or a landscaper or someone hanging from your tree with a chainsaw cutting its limbs down, I hope that we continue to understand and to really delve into both the complexity and the perplexity of what it means when we are in relationship with one another. And then I'm going to add the word covenant. Because when we understand that we are all one, living interdependently well, I think it begins to change our hearts and how we see one another, how we respond to one another, and how we are in relationship with one another. So, we have so many people that offer their gifts to us each and every week through lawn mowing, through making sure that our bills are paid, through making sure decisions that need to be made are made, through offering us music and voice on Sunday mornings, and then somehow digitally getting it out there. So whatever relationships that you begin to notice this week, I hope you will live with the question, how do I honor them? How do I receive the gifts that they are to me? And how do I name the deep gratitude for which I understand and receive this day? Until next week, may you be well.